What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to talk about Starter Deck 11. We kind of mentioned this when I showed you those new tournament packs a couple of days ago, but this has really got me thinking, because as it stands at the moment, Starter Deck 11 is firstly just weirdly completely missing. It's dropped off the map, it kind of doesn't exist in English, and it's all seeming a little bit weird. But what also is starting to worry me ever so slightly, we don't need Starter Deck 11. And Starter Deck 11 is exactly the kind of product that Bandai could just skip over. I'm not saying they are going to skip over it. I am not saying it's not going to receive an English release. I don't know. I don't work for Bandai. I'm not part of the Digimon team. I cannot tell you one way or the other. The point is, they don't have to release it, and as it stands at the moment, things are getting a little bit weird. Because as it stands, we are currently gearing up for the release of Starter Decks 9 and 10. I recently showed you videos for both of those where I went through every card in the set. I showed you which ones were 2-ofs and which ones were 4-ofs. Remember, like all the Starter Decks, they have 2-ofs. So you really do need to get 2 copies of each if you want to have everything. But I went through all of that for both of them. I showed you we've seen the decks in full. We've got English deck lists. We've got English scans of every card. We have seen everything there is to see for Starter Decks 9 and 10. We are now just waiting for them to be released. And that's going to happen alongside BT8 New Awakenings on May the 6th. As a side note, we are still missing those promo Mastermon and Imperial Dramon that were, well, they were bonuses. If you bought the double pack of the decks over in Japan from Amazon Japan, and only from Amazon Japan, you did get these 2 alternate art promos of the cover Digimon from those decks. As it stands at the moment, they are still missing. We always get the promos. I assume these are going to be distributed in some manner. I also assume they're not going to be distributed alongside the starter decks at this stage, because the starter decks are like a month out, less than that, like 3 weeks out. And as it stands at the moment, we've heard nothing about these cards, so I don't think they're going to be some kind of promotion with the starter decks. I could be wrong, but that's where we see at the moment. The thing is, I tend to, as you guys probably know by now, I tend to sit and look at distributor websites because I'm a nerd like that, because I want to know what's coming. And this past week, one of the things that we saw popping up on distributor websites were release dates for Starter Decks 12 and 13. They are the Jesmon and Ragnar Lordmon Starter Decks, which are not quite out in Japan yet, but will be out in Japan very, very soon. They are the next kind of things coming, if you would. I mean, they've got official release dates, and it doesn't seem like they're delayed at this point. They've got official release dates of April the 22nd, so yeah, they're coming out like next Friday. And if I haven't already, I'm soon going to be showing you videos showing you all of those cards, and all of the cards that come in those decks, because that's fairly important. And the thing is, we now have actual release dates for those of the 14th of October. Now, as I've told you many times before, when I tell you the release date is the 14th of October, that is what is being listed on distributor websites. Up till now, they have been very, very reliable. There have been a bunch of release dates I have given you from distributor websites, and every time they have either proven to be true, or there's been an official announcement of a delay, which makes them untrue, but only because there was an official delay. What that means is, although I can't guarantee this release date, come on, seems pretty sound. So how come the distributors have a listing for Starter Deck 12 and 13, but they don't have a listing for Starter Deck 11? That's kind of weird, is it not? Because surely the distributors are getting their listings from Bandai, because distributors have to put things up nice and early so stores can order from them. So surely they're getting their information from Bandai. Why would Bandai be offering Starter Decks 12 and 13 for pre-order, but not Starter Deck 11? And I know at this stage some of you are probably thinking exactly what I'm thinking. Hang on a second, Wassy. Isn't that going to get super confusing? Because then we're going to go straight from Starter Deck 10 to 12. In a way, yeah, but remember, our BT4 was our 3rd set. We're actually 1 set off from Japan. Because we took BT 1, 2, and 3 and chucked them into Booster 1.0 and 1.5, our Great Legend, our BT 4, is actually our third set. So it's not like we don't have precedent for this. Bandai have clearly shown us they are more interested in trying to make sure that we get everything alongside Japan than trying to make sure everything is numbered perfectly. And as a side note, I think this is the exact right decision, and I am 100% in favour of this. I think what they're doing is absolutely the right way to go. So, as it stands at the moment, it's just a weird anomaly. The fact that we haven't had any word of Starter Deck 11, but we have of 12 and 13. And let's not forget, just a couple of days ago, I showed you that really exciting new premium deck set 01, which presumably has the Starter Decks 12 and 13 in. We don't know that for a fact, but it comes with reprints of Jesmon and Ragnarlordmon, and it's called Premium Deck Set, and it's coming out on the same day as the Jesmon and Ragnarlordmon decks. Join the dots on that one. My point is, we have basically had unofficial confirmation, which I know doesn't really work as a phrase, but shh, that we're getting Starter Decks 12 and 13. Starter Deck 11 is still missing. And this gets weirder when we start to look at the makeup of Starter Deck 11. Because you see, it was packaged with a promo Gamamon. And it's not a bad Gamamon, incidentally. I mean, it's not some great game-breaking card. Let's be super clear about this. But when you play, you delete an opponent's Digimon with 2,000 power or less, and when you're attacking, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 2,000 power or less. It is a 4-cost to play, but it's got a good play skill, so that kind of explains it. And I'm not saying this Gamamon's a game-breaking card, it's almost certainly not. I am saying that this is an interesting card that some people may wish to play. That was packaged, you got a full play set when you bought this starter deck, and to be fair, you got a Gamamon deck box, which is beautiful. And outside of that, it's all reprints. And they're alternate art reprints, don't get me wrong, but they're all reprints. We don't have to get this starter deck. Now, once again, and I cannot stress this enough, I'm not making some gigantic prediction that we're not getting the starter deck. What I'm doing is sharing with you the news that, for some reason, Starter Deck 11 seems to be being ignored. 9 and 10 are coming out, 12 and 13 we've got word of, 11 is completely missing, and telling you that 11 is only reprints, so we don't have to actually get it. We need to get the Gamamon promo, but, you know, the Gamamon that was in Psycho Jump was given out at, or is going to be, I should say, given out at the BT8 pre-release. So this could be a pre-release promo, or they could put it in any number of promo packs. A billion different ways they could give us this one Gamamon promo. Deck as a whole, little bit weird. Now, I'm not going to go through the deck in great detail for, you know, pretty obvious reasons, but what we've got is a reprint of the Digimon from BT2. That gives you an extra 1,000 power if your opponent's got 5 or more cards in their trash. We've got the Agamon from Starter Deck 1 that just gives you an extra 1,000 power on your turn. We've got the Beamon from BT2 that gains a memory when deleted. We've got the Vorvamon from BT2, which admittedly is not a particularly exciting card. It's just a slightly powerful level 3. We've got the Hawkmon from BT3, which is just a slightly powerful level 3. It's not terribly exciting. The Greymon from Starter Deck 1, this is the phenomenal one that gives you security attack +1. It's one of the best things about Starter Deck 1. I know a bunch of people want a preprint of this because Starter Deck 1 is starting to get awkward to get hold of, so this is one that people would very much like to have back. The Fugamon from BT4, which is a 1-cost Digivolve level 4. That's it. The Monochromon from BT5, which is a blocker. Lose 2 memory when you attack, but, you know, it's a 1-cost Digivolve blocker, which is pretty gosh darn good. The Skull Greymon from BT1, that when you play it, you get to delete a Digimon with blocker. The Lava Garitamon from BT2, which is a 2-cost Digivolve level 5. That's about the hook of that one. The Voltramon from BT4, which also has security attack +1. Yeah, we got them both in one. The Volcanic Dramon from BT2. Now, this one is a really good one, the one which saw a huge amount of play, at least in times where Rookie Rush has been good. This has seen a bunch of play, because it's got security attack +1, but when you play it, you delete all of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 power or less, which is kind of funny. And one of the weirdest cards we've seen is a reprint of the War Greymon from BT1. When you evolve, you get security attack +1, and when you're attacking into the stack, security effects of option cards don't activate. But this is a super rare card, which should be all kind of foiled and maybe textured and all of that, and actually what we get instead, just a plain non-foil card. All of the cards in this starter deck, at least in the Japanese release, which I imagine would be the case here, they are all just non-foil cards, even this, which is a super rare, which is super interesting to me. It's a weird looking card and I kind of love it. We also get a reprint of the Taikamiya from BT1. Puts your memory to 3 at the start of the turn. And Digimon with 4 or more evolution sources gain security attack +1. And then we get ourselves a reprint of Heir of Dragons. Or to use Google Translate on the Japanese site, the one who inherits the power of dragon. Which is way better. This is the option card that draws 2 cards, and if you've got a Digimon with Greymon or Dramon in its name, you delete an opponent's Digimon with 4,000 power or less. And then we've got a reprint of Gaia Force, and I know at this stage Gaia Force has been reprinted a couple of times. I don't particularly care. It's one of the best cards in the game. So it's got a bunch of good reprints, the Greymon, Gaia Force, War Greymon, etc. But my point is, all of these are alternate arts. The only new card is a promo Gamamon. So this is where I've got a little bit of a pause for thought. And what's probably going to happen is I'm going to upload this video and then a day or two later, they're going to announce Starter Deck 11 for English and, well, honestly, I don't think I'm going to look that silly because I'm just asking the question. I think at this stage, this would be a great product to release. I think the reprints would make people really happy. The Gamamon deck box is beautiful. And we have a lot of official sleeves. We have far fewer official deck boxes. And people will be very happy. Gamamon promo, great alternate arts, Gamamon deck box, this would be cool. But it is weird that we've got word of Starter Deck 12 and 13 and not this. And given that they are all reprints except for one promo card, which isn't really in the deck, it came with it, but it's not part of it, this does give me a little bit of pause for thought. But I want to hear what you think about this, ladies and gentlemen. I want to know your theories. I want to know, well, quite frankly, anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.